Welcome back to Mouselip's Chess Channel, my 6th YouTube video. Today I will show you how to download a freely available large database for SCID versus PC or SCID. It even comes in PGN format. And I want to say thank you up front to Lumbra74 on chess.com who made this database and made a website so that we can download it for completely free. On his landing page at LumbrasGigaBase.com, he has some information about the source, which sources he used for compiling this database, and he's gone through a lot of painstaking effort to show where he gets each one of the games. And one of the very important things down here is he talks about future updates. It will be updated once a month, usually on the first Tuesday of the month. So next month I'll be looking for an update, and I'll make a video on how to update this database. Now to download it, let's click this download SCID SI4 SI5 and go to the next page. And notice that there are two of them to download, or available for download. You only need one of these. SI5 format over here on the left is for SCID, the non-forked version of SCID, SI5. On the right is SI4 for SCID versus PC. Now, I've already downloaded it. It is a 1.2, 1.3 gigabyte download. So depending upon your speed, it's still going to take a long time to download it. I have high-speed internet, and it still took me 15 minutes to download this thing. But after you get it downloaded, it comes in 7Z format, so you also need an extractor to extract it from 7Z. And then you will put it in your data folder that you have set up for your databases. I've already done this, so let's take a look at SCID versus PC. I haven't loaded the database yet. You see that I've still got my Blitz, and my Rapid is the only thing open. But I'm going to go to File, Open, and I'm looking for LumbrasGigaBase SI4, and I'm going to open that. Okay, it is now loaded, and it shows that the filter is on all. They're showing all of them. 14.37 million games in this database. So if you want a large database that's completely free, this is a good one to use. When you get a chance, give a big thanks to Lumbra74. He has some information on his website about how to give him a tip for making this freely available. And one thing I like to do anytime I get a large database, I want to check how well it's put together. If you go to Tools and the Maintenance, I like to run a twin check on it. So I'll do a delete twin games, and it's going to be looking for anything with the same player colors, same rounds, same moves, same site, same month, same year. And we're going to search the database to see if any of these exist in here. So we click OK. It's going through the entire database. Remember, this is a 2 gigabyte file, so this may take some time to complete. So it's already taken about 15 seconds. It's almost complete. And it found 562 twin games and set their delete flags. Now, what I also like to do is look at the twin game checker, and it'll show you the different games. So we've got the same person playing white, same person playing black, same event, same everything, except this game ends at the 11th move, whereas this other one on the right is longer. So this shorter game is a duplicate, an incomplete duplicate. And notice on the left side it says it's marked as deleted. So you can go through each one of these 512 if you want, but the twin checker is usually pretty good. Notice this one too. Looks like the same situation. It got shortened somehow. So we're going to go ahead and close this. Now it sets the delete flag on all of the duplicates that it finds. Notice it says 562 and they're all kind of grayed out. That's because the database has been filtered to these duplicates. Now in order to get rid of these, setting the delete flag only marks it to be deleted in the database. To actually delete it from the database, you need to compact that database. So we'll go back to Tools, Maintenance, and Compact Database. So we're going to compact the game file. Click Yes. 562 games will be permanently deleted. Are you sure? Yes, we are. And it's going back through and deleting all those games that were marked for deletion. This may take some time as well, going through 2.1 gigabytes. But I like to do this, and you can see it was a good thing I did, or we would have some partial games messing with the database. 562. That's a very small percentage of 4.37 million, though. So still want to give kudos to Lumbra74 for his work on this database. It says it's going to take a total of 51 seconds to be done. We're at 41, so less than 10 seconds left, and it will be complete. And it should be done now. Game file for LumbrasGigaBase was compacted. You notice we're back to unfiltered. It shows all of 14.37 million games. One more time, let's run it just to be sure. Tools, Maintenance, Delete Twin Games, and we're going to run it one more time just to show that it's not going to find any twin games in this database. We're almost there. Should take another 5 seconds. And if everything's right, it'll say 0 twin games found. So we're good to go. Notice it also shows 0 because it's filtering it to the ones that are marked for deletion, and there aren't any. Right now we're going to reset the filter by right-clicking and then selecting Reset Filter. We're back to 14.37 million. Now another thing that I also like to do is we're going to search and use the player finder, because sometimes the names are not very well done in some of these databases. So let's look at, of course, the strongest player, Magnus Carlsen, and we'll do an update, and it shows that there is 6,254 Magnus Carlsen games. But let's back this up and just do an update of all the Carlsens. Because notice there's a Carlsen Magnus Un, and there's a Magnus. So these, I know that one of his middle names is Un, so these are also his games, even though they're back from a while. So we could edit this and change it to where all these names are the same. But for right now, we're not going to do this. You see that Carlsen Magnus, Grandmaster 2830 from Norway, born November 30th, 1990. And if we click this 6,254 games, 1993 to 2024, it's going to filter our database to only Magnus Carlsen games. Well, let's click on one of these. Something I mentioned in the past too, if you have your favorite player in your My Player Names listed, then every time you go to one, whichever color he's playing, it's going to switch accordingly. Well, Carlsen's playing black in here, but say we wanted to go through his games and have it switch every time. We can go to Options, My Player Names, and we're going to add Carlsen Magnus. let's spell it correctly, Carlson Magnus. Now, if we click on that game, it switches us to where we're looking at it from the black point of view. If it's on the white, we get the white point of view. Now let's say we also like Anish Giri. There's an A Giri. I wonder if there's an Anish. So let's go back to our player finder under search, and let's look for Giri. And we'll do update. We have an A and we have an Anish. So FIDE ID 285-44420, and Anish is a little bit different. So I'm thinking maybe this is not Anish Giri over here that he played in, what was this? Where was the date? 2021 February. There's an A Giri as well. But A Giri has a 2762 as well. I think something is wrong here. We have an A Giri here. We have a lot of A Giris. Born 2004. That's the FIDE ID. That matches this FIDE ID. So these guys should be together. ELO 1816, ELO 1816. So that is not Anish Giri. And this one, this game should not be Giri A. This should be Giri, Anish. So we're going to go back up to game, set game information. We're going to put this as Giri Anish. Now notice it turns red, so that means that game has changed. If we want to replace that in the database, we're going to go to Game, Replace, and Save. Notice it turns blue. That means that has been saved. So this is some of the ways that you can go through and correct some of the problems in a database. But what I really wanted to show you is, say you have a game where two of your favorite players are listed. Let's say my player names, I also like to see Giri, Anish. The way SCID versus PC works is if there's a conflict, the first name that's in that list of names will take precedence. So if I click on this again, it should switch because Anish Giri is listed first. So yes, it did switch. Now over here, again, we have another problem with Giri A, and it's going to go back to Magnus. But looking at the ELO of this person, 2771, this is Anish Giri, so we're going to correct this one as well. We got it highlighted. We'll go to Game, set game information, and we'll change this to Giri Anish. Turns red. We're going to replace that too. Game, replace, save. So this is just a couple examples on maintaining a database or correcting problems in a database. Well, hopefully you have got something out of this video. You're able to download a large database of games, and you'll be able to use this. Oh, one last thing before I sign off. If we close the program right now and start it back up, I'll show you that. If you close it, we'll start it back up. Notice it's not open anymore. If you want that to always be open, then you need to open it. LumbrasGigaBase. Takes a little bit of time because it is very large. And now we need to go to Options, Save Bases as Default, And then since I don't have the save options on exit selected, I'm going to save options. Now the next time we start SCID versus PC, it should open that file. And it's showing that it is opening. That's why it's taking a while. It was over on my other monitor. So now LumbrasGigaBase is opening. I hope you are able to enjoy this video and you'll be able to download these games and use SCID versus PC in a way that helps you to improve your game. Thank you very much.